probably won't be that long. So I did a video 7 years ago about how Palo is not evil, how Palo is not the dark side of Santeria, thanks to Carlos Montenegro's foolish, imaginary, crackhead dreaming books about what is Palo. Yeah, I did that video 7 years ago. And I'm scratched. And I didn't just have the revelation that Palo is bad in the last 3 or 4 years because I don't think that. I don't think that. Now, when you are looking at any marginalized people, they're going to be criminalized for right or for wrong, okay? I'm not saying it's fair. The private prison, pipeline and the drug war and all that, okay? I fought the drug war. I'm partly the reason why weed is legal in Jamaica, because of the activism in Canada, okay? So, I am not somebody who is completely, I don't use hard drugs, but I am not, my first nursing job, I worked on the downtown east side. If you look up east side, look up Hastings Street, East Hastings Street, Vancouver, Google that. And those are the people that were my patients and that I worked with. I have a very open mind when it comes to people, very respectful. I was very respectful going through my spiritual houses until 6 years, until something happened. But I'm trying to be very respectful when I go through these things. And I'm not talking bad on Palo as a practice, because it's like a knife or a gun. It's the operator is the issue. It's not the practice. I'm very, that's the way I'm politicized. Like, that's foolish to think that I think any other way. Okay, and why would I get scratched in Palo if I thought it was bad? That's very dumb, okay? Palo has helped me, like I said, when I was sick. It helped me get up and go. Like, I had no energy. I was like a wilted piece of lettuce. I couldn't really go on. I had no energy, I had my surgery, gallbladder surgery, January of last year. But I had a lot of inflammation in my body. The doctors didn't know why I was like so sick. And they still don't know. They just think it was due to all the inflammation in my body at the time. But I'm still being followed by like hematologists, by blood doctors, etc. And people want to make up evil shit about me all the time and say I wasn't sick and I was punching my own legs with bruises and stuff like that. Like, people are just evil, you know what I mean? Anyways, this is not about me. This is supposed to be about Palo. So Palo is not evil. It's not the dark side of Santeria. However, somebody got set off because I said it was full of ex-cons, and that is a true. Like it or not. Like it or not. And why are you getting set off? Did I touch something a little too close to you? Because it's history. I'm going to put links up. You are not Cuban. You are in a Cuban tradition. You need to look up history. Okay? If you are Puerto Rican going into a Cuban tradition, you are not Cuban. In the 80s, there was the Marielitos boat lifts from Cuba. Obama ended the dry foot, wet foot policy that any Cuban coming into America could have automatic citizenship. Obama ended that, and that created a huge humanitarian problem at the Mexican border with Haitians, South Americans, and people trying to come into America. Obama deported more people than Trump did. He was deporter, like chief deporter. Okay? And people just want to think some fairy tale about shit sometimes. I don't get it. But anyways, during the Mariel Boat lifts, there were undocumented people, basically boat people, coming to America, okay, because of communism. And there was the Cold War being fought between America and Cuba. So America decided to say, if you can make it into America, we will give you citizenship, to punish Castro, so that the citizens would be unhappy with their regime and maybe throw him over or be coming to America and be like, America's so great, you know, America's so great, we can come there, we hate Cuba. You know what I mean? That's why America did it. They didn't do it to be nice to Cubans because they are very isolationist when it comes to immigration. We know that. Okay? They did it as a political move against Cuba. Okay? These boat people, we don't know their names, we don't know who they are. Okay, they discovered that 2.2 or 2.7% of all the Cuban Mariel Boaters hardcore criminals, it was like 2,720 people that they could not allow, because they were just so violent, that they could just not allow them just to run free and have citizenship in America. Those are the ones that they could prove, 2.7%. So there's more than that we prove their criminal activity, that they could only prove that the 2.7%, 2,720 people were hardcore criminals. And Castro, to punish America, okay, said, we're going to give you all the crazy people. We're going to give you all the criminals. Oh, you want all these people to come to America? Here you go. Okay? Okay? That's part of the history. And when you look at where these practices come from and what neighborhoods, etc., that is what's happening. And when you go to botanicas and stuff like that, a lot of them aren't even really run by priests and stuff like that. They might have a priest coming in to do readings and stuff like that, but they themselves are normally, for the most part, when I've gone to botanicas, they're just business people. They're just run by business people. Okay? And some of these people are shady business people, and yeah, they do traffic whatever out the back door. They're not just a botanica, and they don't even really care about the religion. They're just selling the stuff, or they make it, and now they make it into like a metaphysical store or something. So I have never said Palo is bad. I am in Palo, and yeah, I'm friends with many Paleros. I still learn about Palo. Whether it's not something I'm going to continue to go and develop in, I don't know. Like, I don't feel I need material things to do certain things. That's my thing, right? And so I've never said that. You know, people want to put words in my mouth, or they get hurt about something, but you know, that's not the correct way to behave. We have a chain of power and a chain of discussion of when you have a problem with somebody. And there's other things that just people are so disrespectful now, and they're not even really following the traditions and stuff like that. So I'm a very strict when it comes to traditions and stuff like that. I don't deviate. If I add something, I'm clear about it. Like, my spirit's like that. I like to do this, but this is not the tradition, and you don't have that. You know, this is what we do. This is what we do, and you don't like that we do all Christian prayers? Okay, that's fine. At least you know all of this. You understand why we made those choices, so that you can now make your own choices, so that you can now pass this on full to somebody else and then do your own thing too, okay? So, I've never said Palo's bad. I'm not on here all the time. And I'm a Polera. So there you go.